Welcome to Coffee and Monsters. My name is Jeremy. I like to make fun, derpy polymer clay monsters. Today we're making Gilbert the Fuzzy Wuzzy. Start with some super sculpey polymer clay. Condition it in my pasta roller. Some aluminum foil to build the armature. Add a little oven-baked clay adhesive to help it bond. And just get it wrapped. I'm making the eyes out of this one out of some black polymer clay. Here I'll just build a little clay around those eyes to help give them a little form. And the eyelids for some expression. Just a little pouty lip. We'll blend all that in. Use our silicone shapers to make some texture. We'll cut those toes and separate and soften them, and we'll squish them back together. I find that's the best way to make fingers and toes, is just to pull everything apart, soften up the cut edges, and then just squish it back together. We'll do the same thing to make the arms. Let's pick out a carnelian. I'll just kind of figure out where I want to place this. And I'll push it kind of into the clay so it's got some tension and wants to stay put during the baking process. And time for a stamp. Now that he's been baked in the oven, give him a good sanding and dust him off really well so that the Mod Podge and paint will adhere. Here I'm using some thinned down red, just broke it down with some water so it would blend really nicely. Just want kind of a wash coat over these. I'm using a brush with no paint on it to blend out the edge of that wet paint. We'll add some to the lip as well. Add a little thin down black inside the ears. Some black for all the toenails and the fingernails. I'll add some glitter paint over that black. Glitter paint just doesn't show up well unless it's got a darker color behind it. I'll use a little triple thick gloss glaze to get a little shine on the lip and the eyes. Sometimes I use UV resin over the eyes. Sometimes I use this triple thick gloss glaze. It really just depends on what I've got in my hand. I'll drill a few holes in the bottom here to add a few bamboo skewers so I can hold this guy as I do the Mod Podge and the flocking. This is just matte Mod Podge that I'm trying to brush on really evenly. I've got some white fiber flocking that I'm going to sprinkle over. Try to do this in sections because the Mod Podge will sort of set up if you take your time doing it, and then the flocking doesn't quite want to adhere. I usually try to sprinkle on a lot more than I think I'm going to need because a bunch of it will fall off once it dries. You'll get the rest of that on there. If you notice, I always do this over aluminum foil, so it's easy to capture all of the little flocking bits that don't land on the sculpture. Now let's paint his base. Give this a couple coats of some nice blue. And we'll try to see if we can get any more of this E6000 epoxy. Oh, it's coming out the side. That's not how you want it to happen, but we'll just go with it. Spread that around and carefully place this down. And with that, Gilbert is all finished. He is the fuzziest of the wuzzies. As always, thank you for watching Coffee and Monsters. If you'd like to see the new monster I create each week, just hit that subscribe. Every Friday I'll be uploading a brand new video.